And you mentioned the Advertising Standards Authority there, which gives us a lovely segue into our third item, which is they've been busy. They've brought Ryanair under fire for this television campaign that was running, I think, during December and January. And I don't see adverts on TV. I avoid them as much the best I can because I don't want to be sort of influenced by television advertising. I'm probably influenced by other things instead. But I didn't see them. I've read the article today, and this was their Jab and Go campaign to encourage people to book their summer holidays. So you know a bit more about this than I do. Tell us what they got in trouble for.
Well, exactly that. To be honest, it's not that there's loads to this, but the ASA were just absolutely inundated. And when I say inundated, it's the third most complained about advert of all time. So they really were inundated. Wow. And Ryanair just ran this TV ad that was encouraging people to book holidays in the summer and a little bit before that as well. I think from Easter, that said jab and go. And it obviously just suggesting that we're going to be through this and that the vaccine's being rolled out. And so with a bit of luck, we'll be able to start cracking on with summer holidays again. And people complained mainly because they thought it was irresponsible and could be misleading, which I can understand because there is a lot of confusion around exactly what's going on at the moment and how far we are with the jab and all the various variants that are going on and the effect they're having. There's an awful lot of information to take in. Also confusing because merely like 2 weeks ago, Ryanair were like, "Oh no, you won't need a vaccine to fly with us," and then run a jab and go campaign. So I don't know. Some clearly wires were crossed somewhere in the organization, and some people just thought it was a little bit. It was kind of offensive. It was just kind of bad taste.
I think that's what it came down to, wasn't it? Particularly at a time when we'd now gone through that horrible threshold of 100,000 people having died from this nasty virus, and clearly the vaccination program is making fantastic progress. Certainly in England, not so much in Scotland, I understand, and certainly not in the rest of Europe. But there is fantastic progress here. And you're right, we've got this issue of these mutant variant strains. Actually, one biggish outbreak, 3 cases not too far from here in Goldsworth Park near Woking. I think in parts of South London as well, where there's a large South African community. It's a South African variant that's particularly problematic, and they're doing mass testing to try and keep this under control. But realistically, even with a really good vaccination program, we were talking about September anyway before the majority of people were vaccinated in the UK. So going on a summer holiday because you've been vaccinated, probably quite unlikely, I would have thought.
Yeah, and the advert just didn't make any sense either because it featured a lot of young people who are not going to be getting the vaccine anytime soon. I don't expect to have a vaccine for. I'll be amazed if I get one in 2021, and quite rightly as well. I don't think I should have a vaccine, and I think get everyone else done.
Yeah.
So it just didn't really make any sense. But would you go on holiday this year if you could, if they did what they did
Probably
last year?
not. And actually, we had a brief look around for sort of self-catering cottages in Devon and stuff, just to have I'm sure we can call it a staycation. Staycation is staying at home, isn't it? But staying in the UK type holiday, which is what we often do, and the prices being charged for this summer are ridiculous. And we're talking 5 figures in some cases for a week. Which normally happy to pay 1,500 quid, £2,000 maybe for a really nice cottage, but to pay over 10 in some cases 15 grand for a week away in Devon, not going to happen. So we're already telling the kids, summer holiday at home, we'll make most of it. Hopefully we'll have a bit more freedom, we can go and explore, we can drive down to the beach, etc., and have some fun. But we won't be going away this year, and even if it's an option, I think it's going to be very, very expensive.
Yeah, it will be pricey. I have to say, I will risk hell and high water for a holiday. I would crawl through the wired fences to get out of this country. And so if there's a chance that I can go on holiday, then I will go on holiday this summer. But the prices I already know are just going to be through the roof. I'm not sure it's going to be. Or maybe that will have the opposite effect, because I had a lovely holiday in Sardinia last year and it was really cheap because of the coronavirus. So I guess it could do the opposite to.
Possibly, and if you can wait for the very last minute and get that window of travel and take the risk that when you come back you're going to be quarantined in the hotel for 2 weeks, you could just treat it as a double holiday maybe. So you get a laptop with you, you can get some work done and have room service, it'd be fine. we'll end on that note. Hannah, thank you for joining us again. All of the useful links and show notes and things are in the description at icradio.co.uk or in the description below the YouTube video. We'll see you again next week, but thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.